Today we're going to make a lemon cake, and it's adapted from Maida Hayter's long time recipe, and it is actually called, and it is the best damn lemon cake you'll ever eat.
Okay.
It's very rustic compared to other lemon cakes. It has almonds in it, and that's why you have to let it set for 24 hours before you eat it, because you want the almonds to soften. This here, you have to have a certain size, and in the recipe we can give you the certain size of pan, and it's really important because you want it a little moist in the center. So you can see I buttered it, and what you do in this recipe is you sprinkle breadcrumbs, plain breadcrumbs, unseasoned breadcrumbs, and you put it in both of the pans. We're doubling the recipe today, because this recipe is a little bit difficult. I'm going to move this on. We want to maximize our time here, so what we'll do is we'll make two. So you just dust it with the breadcrumbs. It's already been buttered. And what this does, the sugar, when you put the sugar over at the end of it, the sugar becomes kind of crystallized on the bottom, so it makes it very, very good. So we have this, okay. This seems like we're wasting a little bit, but this is just kind of the way you have to do it, because you want to get it.
And can you use like regular flour in there too?
No.
No, you have to be.
You want breadcrumbs. Yeah.
Okay.
This recipe, this here is what makes the lemon cake crunchy instead of mushy. It's a crunch. Okay.
All right, so you have two pans there, right?
Yeah, and then I'm just going to set it this way and kind of tap the bottom of it. So any excess. Okay. Now, ground almonds, and these I generally use a little nut grinder.
Okay.
And you can also use a food processor.
Okay. Is that a cup of almonds? Are
This
they
is a
toasted?
cup.
Are they
No.
toasted? No. Okay.
No, these are blanched.
Oh, blanched. Okay.
And actually, make sure you buy blanched almonds that are not.
They're not toasted. Oh, okay. So they're in a way.
Right.
Okay.
So actually what you're doing is you're making your own almond flour.
Okay.
But you need to make your own, because if you buy, a lot of times when you buy almond flour, it tastes a little stale. You don't get that real dense almond flavor out of it.
Okay.
So you start out with these.
Okay. Yeah. You just put a cup and you blend them. And okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
I like almonds.
And this is 3 cups of flour, and I just added salt and baking powder, and I just want to get it in there really good.
So 3 cups of flour and baking. How many small spoon of baking powder?
2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this AP flour, right?
Exactly.
And can people use cake flour or this?
No.
No, you have to be AP.
It has to be all-purpose flour, because this is a very rustic cake.
Okay.
And you have to have something to hold it up. Cake flour would be a little tiny bit. It's just too soft for it. But this is sifted.
Okay.
I sifted the flour.
Yes, yes.
And generally, what I use to sift the flour is this. Instead of using a flour sifter, I just put
a strainer
this in.
or colander.
Put it in here, and this is about the right mesh.
Okay.
And you put it in, and there you go. You've got your sifted flour, and it's just easier.
Okay. So there are 3 cups of flour.
Right. Okay. Now, I think this.
You preheat the oven for 350 Fahrenheit, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll know when it's done. It's generally about an hour, but you'll know because it has a definite split on the top, which makes it really pretty, makes it really rustic.
Okay.
So we're going to preheat this to 350. Okay, I'm going to melt the butter, and I'm going to melt it over low heat. It's a very different stove here.
Yes. And how much butter are you using, Maria?
We're using 2 cubes.
Okay, that's 8 ounces of butter. Is it salty butter or unsalted?
It's unsalted.
Unsalted, okay.
Because we've already added salt. When you add salt, it's better to use unsalted butter
Mm-hmm.
because then you can measure your salt. Because when you buy butter that is that has salt, you really don't know how much salt.
Oh,
they
okay,
put
yeah,
in.
yeah, and then it will turn out salty sometimes.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's just better to add everything so you
So
know.
yeah, there's 2 cubes of butter in there.
Yeah. And we'll let that melt. I'm gonna grab it.
All right. How long have you been making this cake, Maria?
I have been making this cake for about 10 years.
Oh wow.
And every time I make it, and I try to make a cake that's a little bit easier, everybody in the family and all the friends, they say, no, we like the other one better. So I go back to grinding the almonds because this is really a spectacular cake.
Yeah, I tried it once. You know, your husband gave it to me a piece, and I go, I have to record this. So that's why we're doing that video.
Oh, good.
All right.
Good.
Okay. All right, it's melting kind of fast in there.
Yeah, I'll take it down. Actually, what I had the butter sitting out. You should always have your butter sitting out so it melts faster. And also the eggs. The eggs, I've had the eggs sitting out for about 3 hours.
How many eggs are we using?
We're going to use 4 because
Okay.
we're doubling the recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here are
These are the almonds, and this is about how fine you want it. You want them very fine.
can people use a blender, or no, it have to be like
No.
a grinder, right?
It has to be a grinder,
Okay, yeah.
right? Because the blender will make it more like almond butter.
Okay.
But you want it just very, very fine like that.
Oh, that's fine. And we are making the cake right here in Maria's house, and we get a great view of the city, San Francisco. You see the Bay Bridge over there, and the weather is nice out there right now. Let's zoom in to see. And we're just gonna record. There's Treasure Island somewhere around there. There's
The America's Cup?
America's Cup. This is almost near Fisherman's Wharf right here. There's a lot of boats sailing, people. It's a nice view, nice vista here.
You're going to see it's going to have an icing on it with a lot of lemon in it. So, so you can serve it just by itself, as I say, with fruit, with a little tiny bit of cream.
Okay.
You can do anything you want with this one.
Yeah, I had it once, so that's why I'm here. Can't wait to try it.
Okay.
And so you have here like 2 cups of
2 cups of sugar.
granulated sugar.
2 cups of sugar. Here, give me on here.
It's beautiful here. You don't even need to go out. Just
Okay, I'm going to kind of get sick.
okay. So you just wait for the butter to melt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so it's about like that. You don't have to clarify it or anything. It's just plain butter.
And you put it in a bowl.
Put the butter in there. We're going to add 2 cups of sugar.
Okay.
And I generally use a large mixer, but for this, we don't mix it a lot. So I'm just going to use a hand mixer. Mix this just so it mixes. We don't need to, we just want to mix it enough so it just barely mixes. But remember, this cake is quite rusty. How's that look, Ozzy?
It looks good. Yeah, I like it.
So you're going to hang around to eat this tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it should look about like this.
Yes.
It's mixed, but it's not over mixed. Just mix a bit. Okay, it's one at a time.
Are these organic eggs too?
These are organic eggs. They're not only organic, they're pasture eggs.
Okay.
So that means that the chickens are running around.
Okay.
There's a lot of difference between organic chickens that are penned and organic chickens that are pasture.
Yes.
One at a time.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact science behind that, but one at a time really works.
Yes, that's what I do too.
Right.
Yeah, it's never good to put 4 at once.
No. I mean, there's nothing like beautiful homemade food with the best ingredients.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you.
You spend a lot of time and there's a lot of effort running all over buying the ingredients, but it pays off.
Yeah. So 4 eggs in there
4 eggs.
with the sugar and
And the butter.
And the butter.
The melted butter, the sugar, the egg. Some of the dry ingredients here, a little at a time.
Okay. That's organic flour too.
This is organic flour.
3 cups.
Sifted.
Sifted, yeah.
And what I'm going to do is we're going to put in a half a cup.
Is that regular milk?
This is regular vitamin D organic milk.
Mm.
Just regular milk.
1 cup. So the milk gives a nice flavor to the cake?
Yes. The milk is just perfect. And what I do is I mix in the flour, and then I add the milk. And then I mix in the flour, and then I add the milk. So it doesn't get lumpy.
Yeah. You're adding more flour there.
Yeah, I'm adding more flour. And then I'll add a little bit more milk.
Can people use sour cream or not really, right?
No.
Okay.
Now this is one recipe. I've tried different ways of doing it, and then I go back to the standard.
Okay.
And because of the almonds, it will last just sitting on the counter, not refrigerated, for about 7 days.
Okay. Looking nice.
I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah. And that's the rest of the flour.
Rest of the milk.
Okay.
And the reason why I do this is I'm just going to put that in there. I just do it because when you add the milk and the flour, it just doesn't get lumpy. If you don't want to cut into a beautiful cake with a lump of flour in it.
Okay.
Add 2 ounces of lemon extract. And you probably wonder why we're not just using lemon juice. Well, we will be adding so much lemon juice to the glaze. This here gives it a wonderful, wonderful flavor.
Okay.
You just pour that right in there. It smells good.
Can I see it? It's
Yeah, it's just pure lemon extract.
pure lemon extract. Okay.
These are 1 ounce each.
Okay.
They're the small ones that says 1 ounce, so I
Yes.
just used 2.
Yeah, the smell is strong and delicious.
It is.
Yeah.
And then because you wouldn't want so much lemon juice, then you would have to add so much more sugar.
Oh, is that right?
And this is not a real sweet cake. We're going to use the lemon peel of actually about 6 lemons.
Oh, over here they got 6 lemons.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get all the skin out. Right?
Right. This is going to be beautiful.
So we're gonna see when everything's finished.
Right. So I'm using the very, very small holes on here. And with all this lemon, and then the lemon glaze at the end, there's going to be plenty of lemon.
Okay.
6
lemons?
6 lemons, about medium-sized lemons.
Okay.
If they're extra, extra large, go ahead and grate 4. But if they're about, I call these kind of medium.
Yes.
And so I did 6.
And this is all the skin right there.
Yeah, that's all the grate. You don't want to get too far down on the white part because it turns a little bitter.
Okay.
Now, I don't need the mixer anymore now because I don't want to really mix this. I just want to kind of blend it in. So we'll take the almonds. Like I say, you can see again, it's just very mealy, but they're real moist. I mean, Ozzy, just go like that. Can you see that?
Yes.
And that's a big difference from using almond flour. which has been sitting around for a long time.
Yeah. So this is an almond lemon cake.
Yep. And it is so good, and Ozzy knows how good it is because that's why
Yeah, I
we're
already
cooking
had
this today. Okay. What are your favorite cakes?
I enjoy it a lot.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I'm here, because I want to see how you make, bake it.
I think you like this better than the banana.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah,
like this?
this is my favorite.
You know, if we really like almonds, so maybe we can use do the almendra from Santiago de Compostela in Spain, where it's very close to where my family is.
Okay.
That's a wonderful
Yeah,
cake.
next time we do the Spanish, what's the name? Yeah.
It's the almendra torta almendra.
Torta de almendra. So you just blend it now, the grate.
Yeah, we're just putting in the grated peel, grated lemon peel, and smells good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Smell that, Ozzy.
I can smell it from here. Yeah.
Isn't that good?
Yeah, very aromatic.
And we are not through with the lemons yet.
Not yet?
Because we're still going to be doing the glaze for this little guy.
Okay.
So, one of the reasons is that we put the breadcrumbs, because when we pour the glaze over it, the glaze attaches to the breadcrumbs and it makes it glistening, and it makes it kind of crunchy.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see here. Okay, we're going to get it evenly, and
it's gonna get big once you bake it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes people think that's not enough, filling in there, but once you start baking it,
yeah, that baking powder, that'll start working. There's no baking soda, but there's baking powder. Okay.
You make sure that you don't leave a lot of dough in there, right?
No, this is so precious.
Yeah.
Very precious batter here. It's probably taking, it's probably the news helicopter.
Okay.
Taking,
it's a black helicopter that I see.
Yeah. What they're doing is they're having races.
Oh, okay.
They're already starting the races.
Yes.
But it's not the actual American.
There's a lot of sailing boats.
Oh, isn't that pretty? Because you want to make sure that you have the exact amount in each pan.
Oh, so that's a nice scale. I didn't even know that was a scale.
Yeah, I like this. It's clean looking.
Yeah. I should buy one of those.
Yeah, these are nice.
Okay.
Okay, so that is 2.9, and I know this one is more because I can even look at it and tell. Yeah, that's 2.12.
It's just a little over.
A little bit more. So let's get some out of here.
So you're going to even it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, should we film it going in? Okay. Now we're going to put them in the oven. And they're going to bake, well, I'll show you how the top starts so you can start telling when it's done. But about 65 to 75 minutes.
65 to 75 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And then we just got to wait, right?
That's it. We'll wait for a little while.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And while the cake is in the oven, we're going to take a look at this beautiful vista from Maria's house here in San Francisco. And it's gorgeous out there. That's the Bay Bridge. It's not the Golden Gate, but it's different. What are you doing, Maria?
I'm just going to cut these in half, and then we're going to juice them. Get all the juice out of them.
Is that for the glaze?
This is for the glaze. I'm not going to make the glaze because you don't want to make the glaze because it's with sugar. You don't want to make it until right before everything is done.
Okay.
But I'm just going to at least get this part, at least get these lemons. So as you can see, we have so many lemons. We have all the lemon rind. We have the lemon juice. So the lemon extract makes a really good balance.
Yeah. And that's why the cake turns out yellow too in color
Right.
sometimes, right?
Yeah, it turns out very yellow, and then you have these little pieces of the rind, and then you have the glaze is just with the sugar, and then when it mixes with the breadcrumbs, it's crystally.
Oh, okay.
So it tastes crunchy.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Now you're squeezing all the juice out of there. I have one of those at home, and those are very helpful.
I like these. At least it gets all of them out, and it doesn't get the pulp in there.
Yes.
You kind of have to use a lot of muscle here.
Yeah.
There you go.
But you get a nice juice out of that.
Yeah, that looks pretty.
Oh, so it's been like how long? 20 minutes? Half an hour?
Let's see. We put this in at 223.
223.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it around.
Oh, okay, that's a good way when you bake, right?
Yeah.
So there's
Now
more...
you can see how it's starting to separate on the top? That is completely indicative of what this loaf does. And I've never cooked it without it doing this. So I'm just going to turn it around so I can get the sides. But can you see those big cracks?
On the top?
And that is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
It's a great indication of some kind of a good cake too, I have heard.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's been an hour?
It's been about an hour. And see, that is just completely indicative of what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
It just splits right on the top. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks, and it smells fantastic. I can smell it from
I
here.
love this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to turn it one more time and let it get a little bit darker. Because you want it pretty dark.
Okay.
And it's about 65 to 75 minutes, and it's been almost 60 minutes.
Okay.
So
All right, let's check.
Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now take a look. See how the cake is separated all around
Yes.
there? You can practically move it. That's when it's done. And see, it's about as dark as you can get it without burning it. Any more, and it would be too dark.
Okay.
So we'll take that out. We're just going to let it set maybe for just 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then we're going to put the glaze on.
So the glaze goes on top when it's hot.
The glaze goes on top, and I actually don't cook this glaze. I feel that some people cook the glaze, but I feel putting it on the hot bread, not being cooked, just turning it together, just stirring it all together, the sugar and the lemon juice, makes it more crystally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture on this. What is the measurement for this? These containers, Maria?
Those can the pans.
The pans, yeah.
You should use a pan, and it's really important on this particular cake, is to use. Shut me off. You need to use a pan that's 8.5 by 4.5 by 2 3/4 inch loaf pan. It comes to 6 cups.
Okay.
And it's really important for the size. And that pan, if you find the pan and you buy that pan, you'll love that pan for banana loaves, for any kind of loaf, because it's just perfect.
Okay.
So we have 2/3 cup of the lemon juice, and a cup and a third of the sugar. We just put that together. And just stir it together. And like I say, I don't cook it. I just think it tastes better not cooked. It's more crystally.
Well, some people do like a syrup.
Some people do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some people do like a syrup. This just is, to me, it's just a little bit fresher.
Okay. Yeah.
And I do cook a lot of things that I use sugar and lemon juice on, but this particular one I found that it's better not to cook it. This is a lot. I don't use all this.
Yeah, okay.
I like this. It's a spreader.
It's a nice brush, yeah.
Yeah. And just keep brushing. And it takes quite a long time. It takes about 5 minutes because you just want it to go little by little.
So you don't make holes in the
No.
No? Oh.
I don't make holes in the bread. Because remember, we have all the lemon.
Yes.
But this way, see those cracks? It's got so many cracks,
Yes.
it'll get down there.
Okay. All right. So
Smells
you
so
finished it all
good.
done.
It smells like we have a lemon. We're standing in a lemon tree.
field or something.
Right.
Yeah.
An orchard, a lemon orchard.
So while the cake is hot, you're adding all that. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess the cake will absorb it, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then we just let it sit until it.
So you're gonna put it
Now
in
it's
there?
just about. You can see there's still juice in there, but we don't want it to sit in the juice. See, you can see the juice in
Yes,
there.
yes.
So this is kind of sloppy,
Mhm.
but you want to just get it out of there, and you put it right there.
Oh wow, that looks
And
so
see how,
so great. Yeah.
yeah, see how crunchy that is?
So Maria, so this cake is it's finished, and you're gonna let it dry all day for tomorrow.
Yes, I'm just going to leave it out. But what you can do, you can put it in the freezer for about 5 hours, and it'll do the same thing.
Okay.
But I think leaving it out, because you just allow it to be warm, you don't put it in the refrigerator. I don't. I found that it's better just to leave it out, and tomorrow when you cut it, it'll be fabulous.
Yeah, this looks so fabulous. Yeah, it looks amazing. It was the best damn cake I ever had, especially with that lemon flavor. I brought it home and I couldn't wait the whole day. I'm sorry, Maria, but it was so delicious. It was tasty. I really enjoyed it, and it was the best lemon pound cake I ever had in my life. It was just tasty. Wow, it was very delicious. I enjoy it, and we're gonna upload more videos of Maria baking here at cocinemosjuntos.com. And she's a great baker. She's a great cook, and we just have to bring her more often here so she can cook for us. So I really, really thank you. I appreciate your time, and I hope you enjoy watching this video. This is an amazing cake. You have to try it at home. You will enjoy it for sure. So take care, and we'll see you next time. Adios.